In the upcoming May 2026 election, Pike Countyans will be voting again to fill seats for 6 magistrates rather than the 3 commissioners that have been the governing body since 2019. Pike County Clerk Darrell Pugh outlined some details for us Tuesday.
I'm going to say 30 or 40% of the people that voted, by the election will be 8 years ago, they'll probably live in a different magistrate district because of the shift in population. We had to change the boundaries. So a lot of people is going to be voting in, say, District 2 that used to vote in District 1. And what used to be District 2 is now District 3, and it's got new boundaries. We had little or no choice but to do what we did because it's based on population.
Custom print and designs with embroidery, screen printing, signs, and banners. From school spirit wear to business branding, customprintanddesigns.com.
When the switch to the commissioner form of government took effect, it was a significant change to the control county leaders had.
It was on the ballot. It was put on the ballot. And, I guess 6-7 years ago, it was on the ballot. Probably 8 years ago, they voted to go to commissioners' districts, to 3 commissioners' districts, and that kind of changed the way the local government operated. They basically they weren't in control of their area because they got elected countywide. Well, a lot of things come into play. A lot of people chose not to run for commissioner because you do have to run countywide. There's 57 precincts. If you spend $100 per precinct on signs, that's $5,700. A lot of people don't have the money or don't want to spend the money and run a countywide election.
Pugh said Pike Countyans left no room for doubt on how they wanted to be represented on the fiscal court.
Overwhelmingly, they voted to go back to magistrates. I think it was by about a 2/3 margin of people voted to go back to magistrates, and that somebody will run locally, they run in their district. And although we'll have vote centers again, so it doesn't matter where you live, May of 26, you'll be able to vote at a vote center. Personally, I see pros and cons to both sides. In a perfect world, either one of them could work. But it's the people's county, and they spoke loud and clear what they wanted.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Sheldon Compton.